Hi guys, so this is part 2 of my anxiety story, I guess, if you want to call it that. So I think I talked about just like everything about it in the last video and what I've been struggling with and how I'm overcoming that and Jesus a bunch and how he's helping me and all of that. It's like a month later and I thought that I would just update you guys and tell you how it's going and all of that. So I didn't really plan anything for this video and I just have my Bible here and I was just going to talk a little bit. Since sharing on my last video, I've just had like more things I guess that I'm struggling with and more opportunities to give it to the Lord and more convictions and more realizations, I guess. And one really big thing that affects this whole issue of anxiety, and I think I talked about this in the last video, is control and how we really want control. And when we don't have control, then we get scared and we grab for control in places that we want it, and when it doesn't happen, we freak out. So that is definitely a struggle for me. Yeah, I really do want control, but I know that it's not up to me and that God is sovereign. That's a really, really, really big theme, that he's very sovereign over everything and he sees and he knows and he's with us. And then another really valid thing that I think I need to talk about, I think I said this, but I wanted to reiterate it in this video, that it's okay to be in the struggle and it's okay if it lasts a long time. Because so for me, for the program that I'm in, I have to share a testimony of what God's doing in my life, and this is a very, very big thing that I'm struggling with anxiety and fear and desire for control and all of that. And we have to share about something that God's doing, and I believe that God's working in this, but it's not over. And that is very hard to know God's promises, know what's going to help you, know like the other side of it, but still be in it. And so I think that, I think that it's really important to give yourself grace to be in the midst of the struggle and to struggle with it, to know that what's right and what is, I guess, what's gonna like get you out of it, and just to see the other side and be like, that is what, that's the place I want to be in. But in the midst of the struggle, to find peace and to know that the Lord has grace for you where you are. I want to read Philippians 4:6 again. I mentioned this in the last video and I just wanted to read it again. So it says, "Be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving let your requests be made known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds through Christ Jesus." So the big part, everyone, I think this verse comes up with anyone who talks about anxiety because it's so true and it's very comforting, I think, as a verse. So obviously peace that passes understanding is a peace that you can't understand, that doesn't make sense. And I think that is something that I've been experiencing. So like, for example, yesterday I had a really bad day and I was struggling all throughout the day to wrap my head around that I am in this stage of life and that I'm going to do this for a while. The things that I'm involved in, that I'm going to keep doing them for a while. And that was really hard and I had a terrible day, and then I got to the end of the day and everything was done and I was just like, it's okay. And then I was like, oh my goodness, it's because everything's over and tomorrow I'm going to wake up and the same thing's going to happen and it's going to be terrible. But I woke up this morning and I still have this this peace, and I think it's hard when you're going through a struggle like this because you can psych yourself out when you do have that peace and be like, I'm not gonna have peace forever, but you're not, and that's okay. And take the Lord's grace for each day because he has it for each day. And I think that the moments that I don't have peace are the moments that I'm worrying about what's gonna happen with what I'm doing, instead of just trusting that I can get through each day and each moment. I said a lot. I know that was maybe confusing, but something that I think, so with what I was saying about being okay with being in the struggle, I think that that's good, and continue to give yourself grace and to know that the Lord loves you through it, and that he wants to see you continue to like wrestle with it and not be settled in the unsettled and in the fear and in the desire for control. and that anxiety, but that he has grace for you to be in a place where you don't feel comfortable, like where you feel like everything is spinning out of control and you can't do anything. That's when he takes you into his arms and he just shows you his love. So yeah, I think that that is kind of what I wanted to say. If you have questions about this and like specific things that you want me to talk about with it, or maybe a different aspect that I'm not talking about or not covering, or maybe real life examples of what I'm saying, just tell me, because I would love to talk about that. And I know that this is a little bit jumbled, so sorry if it doesn't all make sense. I know that I look really at peace in these videos, and it's like you're not struggling with that much, but I think that it's, yeah, it is like it comes and goes, and it's a struggle for a lot of different reasons, and there's a lot of different things that I think cause people to struggle, and that's okay to share with other people, and doesn't matter to what degree you're struggling with it, if it's like lesser than someone else or more than someone else, because there's grace for each situation, and the Lord is just wanting to bring his peace into our lives and show us that he does have a plan. And one other comment that I'm gonna share is like not having fulfillment in what you're doing. I think that is a big reason for having anxiety in it, because if you don't feel like you're fulfilled, then you don't know what you're supposed to be doing. And so I think that there's definitely a peace to be found in unfulfilling situations, because I believe that the place I'm in right now, I'm supposed to be here, and yet I don't always feel fulfilled. And so I think that there's also, God has peace, like this verse is saying, peace that surpasses the understanding of I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. He can give you peace even in that, and that's really encouraging. So yeah, if you want to hear anything else, tell me, comment below, like this video, and subscribe to my channel, because there are more videos coming with some more real talk, if you want to call it that. And so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. The Lord is with you, and he is your strength. Nehemiah 8:10, I believe, says that the joy of the Lord is your strength. It says, do not sorrow, for the joy of the Lord is your strength. So yes, Nehemiah 8:10, the joy of the Lord is your strength. And I know it's not always easy, and joy does not have to look like a huge smile. Joy can be an inner peace and an inner emanating of joy. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope that this has helped you, and that you experience God's peace that passes all understanding. Bye.